Hello everybody, back again with another video. So in this video, it's going to be something a little different, but staying the theme of Star Wars and May 4th during this time. Obviously, had to go big or go home, and there's something that came up that was pretty darn cool to me. Something that did it even better than Black Series. As you can see, I do collect the helmets. I have the regular First Order Stormtrooper, Captain Cardinal, Darth Vader from A New Hope, and Boba Fett. And then down here, you can't really see it because it's blocked by a pillow, but the Mandalorian. And there's one helmet in particular or design choice from Black Series that I didn't really like because, well, for example, let me throw up Captain Rex. That is just unacceptable with Captain Rex. You got the smush visor, you have the jag eyes that are super raised up, almost making it look like Captain Rex has a 8-head like Coyote Mundi over here. I just never really thought that was a good looking helmet by any means. It's just very off. And then you have the regular clone helmet, which I'll also throw up here. And that helmet, yeah, it's okay, but also the visor is kind of a combination, it seems like, between realistic and animated. It just does not flow right. Yeah, I was tempted to get the regular helmet, but yeah, it just did not sit well with me, especially for the price point. And there's something in particular I do wish that Black Series actually did, which was not only voice changing, but I also wish they always or included some type of voice effect that sounded like the character. I know Darth Vader has the breathing sound effect, so I think that is pretty darn cool. But I wish there was just certain lines that you can hit a button and it records it or says it, because I think that's pretty cool. But on May 4th, on the Disney store, I think Disney knocked this one out of the park. And if you were paying attention, that is indeed the actual 187th helmet. As you can see, yeah, just look at that visor. It's 100% better than Black Series did it. It actually looks realistic. The color way is there, accurate as well. On the box, the purple looks a little dimmed, even though I think it should be a little brighter than that, so we shall see how it is out of the box. But yeah, this thing is just amazing. If you look closer too, you got the nice texturing going on the box. I think that's called embossing, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, there's a lot going on here. So yeah, you got the front side here, and then you got a side view as well. Let me pull it out. And then going to the back, you're just going to get the different features, as you can see. See if I can line it up here. Nope, I'm not good at that. But yeah, you'll see that says full scale helmet here at the bottom. Interior padding included. Real character phrases, which is something that I just mentioned. I wish Black Series did that more often, since, well, Darth Vader, it's just the breathing effects, not really any lines spoken. And then you have the voice changing effects. So this helmet, believe it or not, was $99.99 in USD dollars. So I think that was a pretty darn good of a steal. I feel like that's a steal. I think that was a fantastic price, despite there being no discount whatsoever, but wasn't needed. It's just a fantastic helmet. And if you know me from other videos as well, you know that I like the Shock Trooper helmet design, and considering that this Legends 187th helmet is actually the same design as a Shock Trooper, but obviously purple, I think this was a no-brainer from me. But with that being said, let's get into an actual review on the helmet. So when opening up this helmet, you're going to get the padding, as you can see here, in a little baggie. There's some big pads and then smaller pads. You can see it there with the little circles here. Don't know how it's supposed to work out. Doesn't look like there's an instruction manual at all. Just some padding pretty much here and there, as you can see with the box. But yeah, there's no instruction manual, so hopefully I can figure out how to do the padding. I think that would have been a key component to include. And also, getting out the helmet, you're going to have kind of like two of these. That this one is for the actual, goes on top of the helmet when they protect it and packaging. And then the one I showed earlier, that one is actually what's really holding the midsection, I guess you can say, of the helmet. And then obviously the helmet comes in full. It is not like broken up in half or anything of that means or nature. But man, this thing looks amazing, and honestly, it still has a plastic bag over it, but I think it looks fantastic already. So I'll go more into detail over it. So as you can see on the inside, there is absolutely no padding going on, which is where you're going to have to put your own padding in somehow, some way. I guess I'll have to figure out how to do that. But yeah, just going over the more detail, as you can see, you have a bunch of different battle damage paint job going on all around. I don't think it's super like dominant over it, so I think that's a good design choice. But yeah, it seems like it's pretty much in pretty good spots, as you can see. So I think that is fantastic. And obviously it's not the same on both sides because that'll look weird. So yeah, you got some more battle damage here on the side, and then even more right here, and even right here as well. It's kind of hard to see since it is more of a gray color on, I guess, kind of a dark cyan, if you want to call it that. But yeah, it looks fantastic already. And actually, there is two halves, it looks like. So you see there's a line right there. Pretty sure, most likely. Okay, so looks like pretty much if you just pull it apart, that's really how they connected it, was with those lines, because if you pull it apart, you're going to be able to see kind of like expose some of the inside that they used in general. So there is that. And getting more into it, I don't know if it should be that loose though. Now it seems like it's a little loose, but maybe I just have to add the padding and it should be good. Then looks like here, showed earlier, yeah, you got the power button on the inside. It's kind of hard to see it, but yeah, there's the battery where you're supposed to put the batteries. I'm pretty sure it doesn't come with batteries, so I'll probably have to add my own, and then I'll be able to look over the actual voice effects and be able to play those in this video. But yeah, just look at that visor. It's a whole lot better than Black Series did it. It's actually the realistic style compared to the abomination mixture of animated and realistic. But yeah, you got a nice color scheme. Yes, the purple is more kind of like a darker purple. It's not really like a super vibrant purple in general, but there is that. Thing looks pretty good. And it looks like about the same plastic, if not a little shinier than what Hasbro uses with the Black Series. I think it's the same. It has the same shine, just looking at it. So there is that. Then yeah, it looks like this is going to be the part where you hit it for the voice effects or voice change. I'll have to get into it. And then you got the same thing. Actually, not the same thing going on this side. I was about to say, don't know why you put two of them on both sides. But yeah, you're going to get these as well. Nice texture going on. Looks fantastic. And yeah, it's just a beautiful paint job overall. And like I said, $99.99 was a pretty good price, if not probably the best price you could see. But yeah, I hope some reason I can close this gap. Seems like now, or since I touched it, is actually budging more, and I hope that doesn't continue because that would suck. But yeah, let me put some batteries into it and actually be able to play the actual voice effects. After attempting to try to put batteries in, I learned that actually it does come with batteries already. It looks like they're AA from a distance here. I guess eventually when I take them out, I'll actually realize, but I did not feel like taking them out and have to put more work into it. But yeah, as you can see, they have their own batteries in it already, which is a little shocking if I say so myself, because I'm pretty sure the Black Series did not come with any batteries in general, but that's pretty cool to see that it actually does come with batteries. So with that being said, let's get into the actual voice effects. Before I get into the actual voice effects, I thought I might as well add the pads before I do anything of it. So basically, yeah, these are the actual pads. Most likely you're going to want to put them on the back of the helmet so it does not block anything. So when I say back of the helmet, it'll be more kind of like back here in these areas. And yeah, because you don't want to really cover the top up here, because then by that case, you're not going to be able to access the batteries. So I feel like the best placement would probably be in the back portions. Unless if you put the padding potentially, because yeah, there is a sticky part. So pretty much if you put it down, you're probably not going to be able to pick it back up. So yeah, if you put it down anywhere, I would say potentially on the back of the battery box. So therefore you can just deattach it, because as you can see, there is the actual section right here that's Velcro. So basically what you do is you're going to take the Velcro side compared to the slick side, and then here, probably just going to attach it like in the middle. Take the adhesive part, his adhesive, I guess, cover, whatever you want to call these, paper cover, off, and then attach it anywhere on the actual helmet. So I'll actually do that first, try to arrange it the way I think, and maybe show that off before I actually get to the voice changing. So now I actually put in the actual padding in general. And sorry, I want to apologize for having the actual dehumidifiers in the background. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it when I edit the video, but I want to put that out there. I forgot to turn it off, or all of them off, I guess, but let's get more into it. So as you can see, now I have the actual padding. I decided to put it more on the outside here in the back. That is all around, and there is some overlapping going on, as you can see. But I feel like by doing that overlapping in general, it's in a good part, because my hair is now messed up. As you can see, it's definitely a lot better fit than the Black Series. The Black Series, you kind of feel like a bobblehead wearing it, to be honest. It's not a realistic size by any means. But yeah, this one's definitely a lot more realistic size, and you'll be able to see that later on when I do the voice effects and actually put it on. Or should I say voice changer, not voice effects, since this one has both. Just make that clear. But yeah, I put them on the outside there, and you get 3 of those pads, and then you also get a total of 6 of these, the one with the Velcro, and then the sticky side or adhesive side to be able to put it on. I only had to use 3. It attaches and sticks on pretty well for what it is. But yeah, you'll be able to readjust it. I didn't want to block any of the exposed areas on the inside, such as kind of like the vent area up here at the top on this side. I didn't want to block that, or say anything up front, and also definitely did not want to block the battery box, just in case for the future when I have to change the batteries, because obviously these ones from Disney probably most likely would not last that long, because it's probably just a cheap battery in general. But who knows? Never know. But yeah, the padding's pretty comfortable. And the only issue I feel like is that my nose kind of rubs against the front. But I think that's because obviously the pads take up some of the space, so therefore my head's more closer to the front than it is the back now. But yeah, I think it's pretty comfortable, pretty snug, and definitely, like I said, a lot better size than the Black Series in general. May look a little big on camera, but once I put it on, it's definitely a lot better fit. There you go. You can already probably see the picture, how nice of a fit it's going to be. But yeah, when I put the pads on, kind of does, I guess, block the part where it splits in half. Don't know if it's supposed to do that. Pretty sure it is. But yeah, it seems like it's a little loose, like I mentioned before. But it's not going to be an issue when you actually put it on. It's probably going to be nice and stable. But that being said, let's get into the actual exciting part. And I'm going to say right off the bat that it is the actual Clone Wars voice lines and not realistic, because let's be real here, since this is a Legends 187th, you're probably going to think more of just kind of like comic books. So pretty much if they put this into something, it's most likely going to be animation and not realistic by any means, because obviously, yeah, there's that. But yeah, I really like this helmet, like I said, and there's definitely a lot more voice lines than I thought. But yeah, and also thinking about, I said realistic visor. I don't know. The more I look at it, can't really tell. I feel like it's maybe still a mix between animated and realistic, but then again, this black line would not really be there if it was, animated. So, but yeah, I feel like it is the realistic. I don't know. I keep second guessing myself. But let's get into the actual voice lines. So let me just shut up and have you guys listen to them. This can't be good. Hey, laser clankers. So yeah, it's pretty much all of them. There's definitely a lot more voice lines than I thought. I watched a review pretty much of another person, which had me convinced about this helmet even more. But yeah, pretty much definitely a lot of lines. I just really like hearing those voice lines. It adds a more realistic feel to it, and it just, I don't know, makes you feel more special actually wearing it and be able to play those voice lines over again from special moments in the Clone Wars, for example. I just think that is fantastic. And like I said, I wish Black Series did that more than just a voice changer. Yes, Darth Vader has the breathing sound effects, or I guess voice line, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I really, really like that. That being said, let me actually put it on now and see how the voice changer sounds. So I know I keep going back and forth with this, but so there in the power button, I just now realized that pretty much to get the voice effects or voice lines and the voice changer to work at the same time, you're going to need to push the power button over to the line. It's kind of like a dash line in general. So you're going to have to move it over there to get the actual voice changer to work. And yes, the voice lines to be able to work. If you just turn the power button on, it seems like, or turn it towards the power button, it seems like only the voice lines work and the voice changer does not. So I just keep learning new things as I go along, pretty much what we're going to see in this video. So sorry that's all over the place. I just keep learning new things throughout the way, because yeah, obviously this is a Disney helmet, not a Black Series, so everything is just a little different. But now let me actually put it on and see how the voice changer works. All right, so let me put it on. As you can see, the helmet is a pretty good fit. I can't really tell how it sounds throughout the camera or the voice changer in general. The voice changer is more down, so I mean, it may not sound the best in general. I don't really know if you guys can hear me, but when I speak, it just sounds kind of muffled. It doesn't really seem like it's super clear. But to you guys, or after this recording, I may be shocked. It may sound pretty good. Who knows? But yeah, just trying to hear it. Seems like it's not the best, but also I know Black Series struggles with this. Can't really get it perfect in general. But yeah, it's still kind of cool to have a voice changer and make it sound like you're actually speaking through a mic. But yeah, it's more towards the bottom, so your mouth is not really lining up with it in general, so that may just be a little small issue. And yes, I can see perfectly fine out of this. It's not like super dark. It's pretty clear. It seems like it kind of has a yellowish tint to it, but that just could be just because of my lights in front of me here and there. But yeah, I can see out of it perfectly fine. Maybe you do want to put a pad at the top, so therefore your head's down lower and your mouth actually lines up with the voice changer to get more clear. But yeah, I don't know how it really sounds. It seems like it's a little muffled. But let me get out of this helmet because it is getting a little hot in here in general. So let me just take it off, and hopefully you guys got a good idea of how the voice changer sounds, and hopefully you heard me clearly this whole entire time. So what do I think of this helmet? Oh my gosh, man. I don't know what to say. I actually really love it, even though the voice changer didn't sound the best when I actually listened to the recording, but I still think this is a must-have for $99.99. This is just going to be a lot better than I feel like. Personally, I feel like Black Series will never get the actual clone helmet down. They'll just keep reusing that terrible visor and just oversized helmet. This one fits perfectly, perfect size, definitely a lot more realistic. And yeah, it has good paint applications. I just love this thing to death. Like I said, the voice lines make a huge impact on your decision. It really just gives that more in the feel, or just, and honestly, just kind of like realistic approach, as in realistic in terms of feeling like you're the actual character. I just love that, and I do wish Black Series would do that more. Yeah, I'm very impressed with this thing. 99.99, like I said. Pretty much it's kind of on par with Black Series when they actually do a little discount on the Black Series clone helmets. But if you were to make a decision, go with this one. It is a lot better. Even if you may not be a fan of this design, I feel like it just completely smashes the Black Series out of the water. It's a lot better. And I cannot recommend this any more than I already have. I just love this. It's going to look fantastic up there. Oh man, I'm so glad that I got this and did not pass it up because I was on the fence about it. But yeah, just everything in general, it's a really nice fit. Has great voice lines. The voice changer may not be the best, but is a nice addition. It's very easy to see on the outside as well. The padding makes a huge difference. And yeah, it's phenomenal. Yeah, the box, I guess box may be a little bland compared to Black Series. But honestly, who cares? You're not going to get this helmet for the box. You're going to get it for the actual experience. So that being said, 10 out of 10 for me. It is a must-have helmet in your collection. So with that being said, that's going to wrap up this review. And yeah, get this helmet before it's gone forever.